How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
Bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-da-da. Oh, Oreo Review Show. It's me, your host. We're just hours away from the premiere of the final season of Game of Thrones on home box office. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones because I share a name with one of the main characters. I'm not fully caught up yet, so I hope nothing bad happens to him. Don't spoil it for me! Game of Thrones is everywhere now. You got Game of Thrones Legos, you got Game of Thrones hair clips, you got Game of Thrones fish. Technically, it's called A Song of Ice and Fire. I'm not talking about this trash. I don't like words. No one does. I like two things, watching stuff and eating stuff. Don't put any nouns or adjectives into my head, unless the noun is cookie and the adjective is cream-filled. Would you look what we got here? It's the brand new limited edition Game of Thrones Oreos. Now, in case you're not familiar with the Song of Ice and Fire saga, I'll fill you in on the fact that this Iron Throne right here, that's important because it's made of swords, which represents that swords are badass. And the Oreo now sits upon the throne because the Oreo is the king of cookies. The pomp and circumstance of this packaging is impressive. This isn't some crap that they slapped together last minute and said make it look fun and goofy and stupid. Clearly the home box office marketing department worked with them on this. It looks classy. It just says Oreo up here in big Game of Thrones-y font. And you gotta look at the very bottom to even see where it says the name of the cookie. If you don't know about the Iron Throne, you might not even realize these are Game of Thrones themed. Imagine all the stupid muggles walking by. No idea that these cookies are part of the greatest fantasy story of our generation. I pity them. One thing this packaging does not indicate to me is what type of an Oreo is this? It says chocolate sandwich cookies right there. Aren't all Oreos chocolate sandwich cookies? Are these just regular Oreos? Surely they wouldn't just slap a theme onto a package and not change anything about the cookie itself, right? If Nabisco's known for one thing, it's being creative. Whatever the flavor may be, we can tell that these are some DSP cookies based on the serving size and nutritional information. I'm looking at it and boy, does it really seem like, yeah, they're just Oreos. One thing these have that regular Oreos do not is Game of Thrones themed patterns. For instance, this right here is Vision, and that's Fin Fang Foom. This one is Willem Dafoe. Appearances could be deceiving. After all, as one of my favorite A Song of Ice and Fire book quotes tells us, Sir Jorah would not dare deceive me, Varys said with a sly smile. Rely on it, my lord. The princess is with child. Oh. So you say, if you are wrong, we need not fear. If the girl miscarries, we need not fear. Maybe these cookies will be subtly flavored like one of my favorite A Song of Ice and Fire treats, Grandmother Hamish's famous treacle tart with raspberry drizzle. I still fondly remember chapter 17, in which Grandma Hamish's famous treacle tart with raspberry drizzle was poisoned. I'm gonna eat one. Now. It's just a fucking regular Oreo.
It's just a fucking regular double stuff Oreo!
This is one of the laziest fucking things Nabisco has ever done. At least the spring Oreos have coloring to them that makes them a little bit exciting. This is just a fucking double stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. It comes with patterns like King Ghidorah here. Isn't it so much more fun to eat a cookie and at the same time find out which of the houses you're in? I'm a Gryffindor. There's nothing that I can really add to the conversation about the quality of these cookies that I didn't already explain and or address in my double stuff Oreo review from way back in the day. Why did Nabisco do this? Why did they make the packaging so opaque and discreet? Was it specifically to trick me into making this video for which I would have zero content? Are they finally trying to put an end to my calling them out? Probably Mr. Nabisco has been lying awake at nights, scheming, trying to think of a way to stop me. Well, it's not gonna work, dumbass. I can vamp about any stupid subject for a long time without any clear direction at all. Maybe I'll just read more passages from the first Song of Ice and Fire novel to fill time. They don't know me, Arya realized. They don't even know I'm a girl. Small wonder. She was barefoot and dirty, her hair tangled from the long run through the castle, clad in a jerkin, ripped by cat claws and brown rough-spun pants, hacked off above her scabby knees. You don't wear skirts and silks when you're catching cats. Quickly she lowered her head and dropped to one knee. Maybe they wouldn't recognize her. If they did, she would never hear the end of it. Septa Mordain would be mortified, and Sansa would never speak to her again from the shame. The old fat Septa moved forward. Boy, how did you come here? You have no business in this part of the castle. You can't keep this sort out, one of the red cloaks said. Like trying to keep out rats. Who do you belong to, boy? The Septa demanded. Answer me. What's wrong with you? Are you mute? Arya's voice caught in her throat. If she answered, Tommen and Myrcella would know her for certain. Hold on. I'm seeing something else on the packaging here. Hashtag for the throne. Go to Oreo.com to pledge fealty to your house. Sounds like content to me. Going to Oreo.com. Loading. Oh, who do you pledge fealty to? All right, so we've got the Night King, House Lannister, House Targaryen, or House Stark. Fucking pop-ups. I'm gonna go Night King because it's the stupidest looking one. I pledge with White Walkers. That's it. That's fucking all they have. That was their big final gambit. A fucking JPEG. There are 4 designs included in the package. That's not even all the houses. For their laziness and lack of creativity, I have no choice but to award the Game of Thrones Oreos with a final score on a scale from 0 Oreos being the worst to 1 full complete Oreo being the best. -1 Oreo. Next time, try making something special. Make something the way Grandmother Hamish makes her famous treacle tart with raspberry drizzle. This is more like a shit tart with fuck drizzle. Home box office would be ashamed. And so would George R.R. Martin if he were alive. Why do you think that new book's taken so long? It's because he's dead. Wake up, sheeple! If you'd like to follow me and find out when Nabisco releases another pack of completely redundant cookies, go ahead and like this video and subscribe while you're at it. And make sure you leave a comment. Let me know which house you're in. Vision, Gryffindor, Willem Dafoe. Until next time, I'll leave you with a final passage from my favorite series. Silence! Lysa Arryn's pale round face had turned a burning pink. What do you imagine you are doing, dwarf? Tyrion cocked his head to one side. Oreo!
How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.